Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, so I've got another video for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the last one of me watching TNC no Akuma play as Katarina. And this particular game here, I actually want to watch a game where FizzKhalifa is playing on Teemo, as he's got a pretty good win rate on him. And I was interested in checking that out since there's a lot of really good Teemos and a lot of really bad Teemos out there. Now, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know if he's going to be a good Teemo or not this game. I haven't actually seen this one. I'm actually watching this live from, I just clicked on spectate and I'm checking this one out. So I actually had it paused for a little bit and I can fast forward just a bit in case I need to, whenever he dies or something like that, I can fast forward. So we should be good, and hopefully this will be an exciting game. And I guess I'll just go ahead and try and match some of these players up. I'm not really going to do like a full commentary of the entire map. I'm just going to be focusing on this Teemo for the most part. So, but it's still nice to actually be able to see what's going on. And I don't know if he's going to be mid because there's a Nidalee, and this is weird. I don't know if this is like a new thing. Like, are we starting to see more mid Teemos nowadays or something? Like, but that doesn't even make sense either. Actually, wait, is he going to be bottom lane? He might be bottom lane. No, wait, we haven't missed. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Okay, we'll figure this out later. So for now, I'm going to watch what's going on here in this middle fight, and we'll see what happens. So I'm not sure if that ball noise actually let her know that Teemo was there or not. Okay, it looks like he's going to go ahead and run up here, do some attacking. They did steal that Wraith. We've got a jungle. Zengi is actually jungling here, and he's not going to be going top with Darius, so that makes sense. Jungle Darius is actually pretty strong. He can get in there. If he pulls somebody in on one of his ganks, he can do a ton of damage. Now, this is going to be dangerous, as both of these champions here can do quite a bit of damage. Well, actually, Aurelia is a little bit weak early game, but Shyvana, on the other hand, is not. She's actually pretty strong. It looks like she is taking a lot of damage, though. He flashes over the wall, and so does 408. 408 is trying to get the kill there, and Gamers Legends is going to be taken down by Nidalee. She popped that health potion to stay alive there, and oh, wow, even a Zingy got away, so that's pretty interesting. Anyways, so enough about that. It doesn't look like she's going to have any problem. I'm going to go back to the mid lane here, try and look at this Teemo. So it is going to be a support. Muffin Cutie's playing support Anivia. This is the second time I've seen this in an Alhavel match. I don't know. Maybe there's something about support Anivia that I don't know about. I just don't understand the point of it. It just doesn't seem like it'd be as strong as some of the other supports. But I don't know. I'm not 2600 like these guys, so maybe I'm not seeing it yet. Perhaps he'll do good and show me up on that one. FizzKhalifa here is going to be playing against Jesse Intel, and the thing about Teemo is it's a little bit easier for him to last hit because he's got that extra damage from his E, from the toxic shot. So it is kind of nice to be able to get that going and not have to worry about you don't have the same problem as some other APs. Of course, on the other hand, you've got Orianna who has her passive as well, so it's going to be fairly easy for her. But right now, Teemo is going to be able to use the stealth. If he goes stealth and then comes out of that, he can have that extra attack speed. But right now, he's just shoving this lane as fast as possible, and I'm not sure exactly why. I guess that he feels fairly confident that he's not going to be taken down by this Shyvana since she used her exhaust already in that early level 1 fight. And I'm imagining that might be one reason why he's shoving this lane down. Another thing is that a lot of times you can actually get away with shoving a lane down really early against some junglers, even if they haven't like busted all of their summoners like that. Just because if they do come in and gank, it's not like there's a lot of opportunity for them to shut you down. So mid lane here has no stun, and Shyvana has no stun, and even if she did have her exhaust, I mean, that's really all they have. And so as long as FizzKhalifa didn't take a bunch of poke from the Orianna early on, he was able to shove that lane down, and he's able to actually, have the tower push it back to the middle. So here he is, sitting in the middle lane here at level 4, and he's safe once again, and it actually puts the Orianna in somewhat of a bad position if she's not able to farm very well at the turret. But in her benefit, the Orianna has been able to farm fairly well, only a couple of CS behind. It is noticeable. I mean, 6 CS is noticeable, but at the same time, it's only due to the fact that there's a giant wave here, and so I imagine once he gets it to the turret here, he's going to be able to hit up most of these He will miss a few to the turret, and he's going to have to take some poke if he wants to get a little bit of the CS. But it seems like he's doing fairly decent. FizzKhalifa is trying to take advantage of the fact that he wants to farm, but at the same time, here his Legend comes in here. Perfect timing to try and gank this out. FizzKhalifa trying to use that move quick to get away. At the same time, Shyvana has her own fast move speed, but not enough to actually catch him. Again, she still has not gotten that exhaust back up just yet, and FizzKhalifa is going to be good to go. Kind of a funny play on words there, by the way. I see a lot of people actually have names like this, like Swain Gretzky, FizzKhalifa. I don't know what are some of the other ones, but there's a lot of funny ones, you know, play on the names of champions to go with real life people. All right, so this looks like, let me see, I think Orianna backed out. She had to go back to the base, heal up, maybe buy some items and stuff like that, while FizzKhalifa just continues to farm out here in the lane, forcing her to miss even more CS. So it looks like he's going to start to really push ahead with this pushing strategy, and that's just really the strength of Teemo, is that he can easily do that. And once he hits level 6, it's going to be even worse. He can put down a shroom and each of the side bushes. It's going to be very safe for him to continue shoving down. I'm not sure how his roam's going to be. I haven't really seen much mid Teemo, but it seems like it's really well. And he went back to lane, so I'm going to go ahead and watch this fight here. It looks like they are trying to catch this Shyvana, but she's fast enough to run away, and Teemo's not in the mid lane, so we can't roam down here and catch her at this point right now. Zing is just going to continue to chase, make sure that she doesn't try and run up to the Wraith area, and he's going to go ahead and sit here, soak up a little bit of XP until Teemo gets back. That does give him enough to level up at this point to level 5, and so he's going to be good to go for now. And he's went ahead and took a few of those down. So let's see, what items are we going to be seeing here? Kage's lucky pick, pretty standard item for a Teemo that is going to be going AP. I imagine he's going to be building up a Malady later on as well. That's kind of a standard item choice for an AP Teemo. And then probably like a death cap. And then after the death cap, he might turn that into a DFG. But we'll see if that is the order of items that he decides to go for. And I imagine he will most likely go for the Berserker Greaves, but he could potentially decide to go a little bit tankier. I don't know if he wants to go a bit bruisey with some different items. Oh, and there's a nice ultimate from Jesse Intel with just enough mana to make that happen. Wants to go in here, and a Shroom keeps him from being able to dive any further. That Ignite just barely not able to take down FizzKhalifa, and Jesse Intel almost dies as well running into the turret like that. If Azingi was even closer, then he could have possibly flashed in there and picked up a kill of his own. And looks like Azingi is going to go ahead and help Khalifa shove this lane out so that he can back off safely to his base, as that is the right strategy to do. Once you know that your lane opponent is low and wants to go back, it's good to go ahead and shove that down as a jungler, as you know that it's going to force them to miss a lot of CS. And wow, he's doing a ton of damage trying to get the kill off, but the health potion almost saves him, but he had enough to get another auto attack going on there. And FizzKhalifa has a bit of time to sit here at the turret. He knows that Jesse Intel is low on mana and doesn't have his ulti up, so he has a chance to go ahead and shove this down, especially with Azingi getting that kill. And honestly, I was not expecting that damage to come in from him, but once you get that ultimate off, he got a few stacks of his passive going. That was enough to finish it off. And FizzKhalifa is safe enough to just continue shoving this lane. He wants to keep doing it until he knows that Orianna has actually left the lane. And at this point, I imagine he knows that's probably is what has happened, but he's already got the lane pushing back to his side, so he's going to go ahead and shove it out one more time, and I imagine he's going to go back at this point, and he'll probably have enough gold to buy his next couple of items. And so there you go, he shoved the lane out and is going to be heading back to base at this point. So far, a fairly interesting game, mostly in the mid lane here. And right before he goes back, he's going to go ahead and pick up that blue buff. So Azingi, oh no, it looks like the passive actually grabbed the buff, unfortunately, but FizzKhalifa should be okay. Now he's going to be in a little bit of a predicament. He's going to lose a few creeps here because he took so long to get back to base. And so, actually, he's going to stay in a little bit longer. He doesn't want to lose any of these creeps right now, but this is a very dangerous position for him to be in. Let's see. She does have her ultimate back up at this point. If Khalifa is paying attention, he should know that that is the case. And luckily, she did shove it to his turret, so he's able to easily farm that down and get the experience. And right now, she's actually roaming up top lane. So I'm imagining right now that Mazzino could be in a little bit of trouble, but he is backing off, so I think he's going to be good to go for now. And I don't see... Yeah, it looks like she decided to come right back down as she noticed that the Nidalee had already gotten away. So now that Khalifa has shoved out the lane, finally he's going to be going back. Let's see how much gold does he have stored up, about 12-15, just enough money to finish off his Sork boots. So rather than trying to go for that Malady first, he actually starts on the Sork boots. So I was actually wrong about the Berserk boots. He's going for the Sork boots. He wants to get as much damage as possible from his magic abilities. Zinga not able to get that grab off, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and speed this back up until Teemo gets back in the lane. And there we go. So he's going to be fairly damaging right now. He still doesn't have that Malady, which that's gonna catapult his damage quite significantly. Let's see what he's maxing out. Actually, that's a good question. So Toxic Shot, pretty much what I was expecting, since they did buff the Toxic Shot quite considerably, and that allows him to really do a lot of damage with all of his auto attacks. Of course, the thing is, again, with that, you really get a lot more benefit from that once you start to get attack speed. And since he didn't go for Berserkeries, he's gonna have to rely on that Malady once he does pick that up. For now, though, he seems to be fine. There's not a lot of poke coming in from Jesse Intel. He's able to dodge all that out for the most part, and so he's doing a good job. Bottom lane seems to be getting kills. Vtine already getting killed. And honestly, I can't remember if it's pronounced Vtine or Vtine. I talked to him at playoffs and World Finals, and I think he corrected me. He was like, it's Vtine, or he said it was Vtine. I'm like, why do people say this or that? I can't remember, because I used to say it wrong, and then he told me how to say it right, and then I started saying it right, and then I forgot which one was right and wrong, and now I'm just confused. So, but anyways, Khalifa is creating some kind of a shroom wall here so that he can roam in safely, and if the Shyvana tries to run in for a gank right here, he's going to be safe to either run this direction or back through here and kind of bait that out. At the same time, Zinga is able to actually catch her, and he's done a really good job of finding her in the jungle and taking her down. So a very dangerous situation for that Shyvana to be in. Generally, Shyvana is stronger in the jungle and can take people out one-on-one, but I guess Darius is just one of those junglers that you cannot allow to let that happen. And since bottom tower has already been taken down very quickly at 12 minutes here, Naruma and Muffy Cutie going to be heading mid to try and take out the mid as well. And that's going to give them a lot of global gold advantage at this point. And that's actually very intelligent for them. I mean, the old thing to do was to try and keep the bottom lane tower up as long as possible, because you didn't want to let people sit there and freeze it. But honestly, people are starting to learn, and I've always felt this way, is that it's not smart to leave that turret up, and it's better to take the turret as fast as possible and then roam to the other lanes and take those turrets as well, so that you can start to get that global gold advantage, and then you have more map control, and then you can go back, you can farm down the lanes, or you can roam around, pick up kills around the map, pick up global gold objectives. So there's just a lot more that you can do once you have those turrets down, and that's more of the the Asian style of play. The Koreans and Taipei Assassins do that sort of play style, and it works out really well for them. As we saw, none of the American teams won any games except for, I think, one game total in the playoffs and World Finals, and it was the Asian style play that really won out. So people are trying to adapt to that and learn from the mistakes, and trying to really pick up on that early dominance play style. So let's see, he's still farming it up here, just kind of doing Teemo things. Honestly, Teemo gameplay is all about kind of like baiting people and playing it safe and farming up as much as possible and shoving the lanes and putting a lot of pressure on turrets. There's not a lot of like making big plays with your abilities. It's not like you're going to run in there like in Orianna and land a big combo ultimate on somebody. It's all about slowly setting up your zone of influence with shrooms, and slowly poking people down with that poison and trying to make plays happen that way. Here we go with a nice kill. FizzKhalifa actually flashed over the wall to KS that one, rather than allowing the misfortune to have the glory, as he wanted to have that extra gold to finish off a couple more items of his own. He's got just under 2,000 gold, so he's going to pick up that Malady most likely here. Or he could potentially be going for a quick Needlessly Large Rod. Yep, yeah, there it is. I was about to say, I was like, with that much gold, he might go ahead and pick up the Needlessly Large Rod. Just that way, he's going to have way more damage on his shrooms. As well, on top of that, he's going to have just that extra AP ratio from Toxic Shot has been increased, so his auto attacks are going to even be hitting harder. So we'll see if that's going to benefit him a lot. I think he's going to have to rely on someone landing on shrooms. Obviously, he can't just sit there and auto attack people to death as much as if he had picked up a Malady, but I think he's going to be good to go for now. He's not going to be really hurting from that at all. And right now with a blue buff, he should be good to go. He's going to be maxing out that blinding dart second. Pretty obvious. I mean, move quick is a utility ability, not a damage one, so it's generally always maxed last. We have a little bit of action happening up top lane as Zingu was trying to hold this lane until the Nidalee got back and actually shoved out the Aurelia, forcing her to go back and pushing the lane as well. So they're going to be able to take out that third turret very soon if... oh, okay, never mind. I thought Teemo was going to actually roam up there and try and take that out. Moffiq is going to need to be careful. He's actually not AP, so all he has is a couple of gold per 10 items, and he's going to put himself in kind of a scary situation. Mazino comes in here to throw out some spears. Still a bit scary for them to run in the bush like that, as I feel like they might be a little bit weak in comparison to those two champions. But here we go. Branchu is using his ulti to try and do some work. He gets shoved out by the Anivia wall, so very good wall there, stopping him from doing his ultimate. Either that or he just stopped it. I'm not sure if the wall actually stopped his ultimate, but I think it did. And Gamer's Legend here going to be chasing down with the rest of his team as 4 people fall down here. And even with the Teemo Shroom, I think they're going to be able to catch him. Teemo puts down another Shroom to stop both of them. They land on 2 Shrooms, and then the egg comes out. This might be enough. Okay, if that shield didn't go in, that might have been enough to kill V-Time, but I'm not sure exactly. Khalifa going to be shoving in here as much as possible. He knows that they're low and they want to go back now after landing on all of those shrooms. So with these 3 people here, they should be able to shove this down and possibly just do a little bit of poking damage to the turret. I don't know if they can actually finish it off just yet. They probably won't be able to, but he's going to be able to set up a little bit of an influence here with his shrooms and at least poke the tower once or twice before the rest of the team is able to respawn and get back in here. So you notice he's playing it very safe. He's waiting for Jesse Intel to use his abilities before he goes in to attack that turret. Because if he went in to attack the turret before that ball was sent out, then he could be potentially pulled in with the ultimate. And it looks like Mazino going to get jumped onto by 408. Not gonna be a big deal, as he can just go to Cougar form and then jump away, no problem. Looks like Khalifa is just continuing to farm up. He took out the... No, he didn't take out the race. He was just kind of farming out there and doing what he can. He put down shrooms. And if you notice, he's got shroom influence all over the map. And what he's doing is he's putting them down right in the center of every single entrance that he goes to. And this does several things. Whenever people run through areas, a lot of times they don't run right through the center, but they usually will kind of run along the edges, because that's how pathing works. Pathing will send you, like if you're here and you click over here, pathing would take you right along the edge. So what it does is it allows the shroom to be kind of a ward. Of course, that one I think you would pop that one, but for the most part, it allows the shrooms to be kind of a ward, so they don't run over the shrooms. You don't always want people to run over the shrooms, but what happens is when people are actually chasing you, when you want them to run over shrooms, they don't use pathing. They actually click on you, so you run straight through the shroom, and then they do the same thing. And so that's kind of the strategy behind the placement of shrooms of Teemo, at least as far as I'm aware. And Khalifa is able to actually pick up a kill without even being there, as he lands on that shroom, and Khalifa runs back to the mid, and he's like, "Where's my shroom? I'll kill you." That's kind of funny. Yeah, it was just right over here. So he placed the shroom in the middle there, and looks like Nunu stepped on that, hurt his foot a little bit. Poisonous shroom, not good. Don't eat those. They are not good for you. 408 going to be jumping in here onto Mazino as much as possible, but it might be a bait. Nice wall from Muffin Cutie, able to kind of help zone that out. Just a little bit of intel. Still has a little bit of trouble getting out of this. Oh my god, if that was AP on that bird. Oh my god, they get baited in with a double kill. Jesse Intel does go down to, actually, who did she die to? It looks like Misfortune actually got the kill, but not before giving away a double kill to that Orianna. Luckily, though, that allows Khalifa the time necessary to try and shove down this turret, and I think he's just going to need one more creep wave, and he can do that safely. Let's see. This Nunu is coming in here, but I doubt he's going to be a much of an issue for him to have to worry about. Branchu is going to try his best to stop this from happening, uses his ultimate to channel that up and stop Khalifa from doing as much attack speed damage and take out those creeps, but it wasn't enough to stop it, as he actually gets destroyed because of that. So Khalifa grabs an easy kill there and the turret. Unfortunately, Nunu just not strong enough to really make a difference there. And there's V-Time coming in, and you'll see that he actually missed that shroom there, but Khalifa might actually have baited himself into a bad situation. He's going to run right around that shroom, roll in there, and if he can use that passive to get in range, this could be bad for him. Blind stops him from getting him more auto attack, so V-Team knows that and runs back. Lands on another shroom though. That could slow him just enough for the Misfortune to get in there. And I think he's gonna go down too. One last auto attack. Looks like his bouncy ball actually hit him. I don't know what the name of it. Double up. Was actually able to grab the kill. Nice wall there. Stops 408 from running in for the kill onto Misfortune. Unfortunately, he actually ran back in range for him to dash after that cooldown came back up. Muffin Cutie not enough damage to actually finish off 408, especially with that shield buff coming in. And wow, it looks like Mazzino got the attention of Shyvana as Shyvana jumps in there to try and get a kill. Mazzino does not worry about this at all. Oh, unfortunately, another ultimate from this Orianna comes in. That cooldown is actually very low, so I need to be careful about that. Khalifa comes in here, and he's ready to go once again after healing up from the base. Let's see what he's got here. Death cap, and he actually went for a hunting guy. So no, he did not go for Melody at all this game, and I'm not sure if that's actually was ever his plan at all. I guess that the tome was for the haunting guy. So he's going straight up for as much AP damage as possible, and I don't see that as a bad build at all. That actually has been working out quite well for him. He's doing decent damage. Obviously, he's not attacking fast or anything like that, but really his ability power from Toxic Shot is pretty good. I mean, you see that it's 122 plus 50 per auto attack, and then another 60 damage for 4 seconds. So wait, is that each second? Yeah, 60 damage each second for 4 seconds. So 60 times 4, 240 damage from one auto attack. So that's, you know, that actually makes sense. And you know, and I'm glad I watched this game because I don't really pay attention to AP Teemo that much. I always just figured, oh, you'd build a Melody, you know. But he's like, no, man, you build a straight AP. So that's a pretty interesting idea. And top lane looks like 4 people jump in there to take out Azingi, as he's been kind of shoving by himself this whole time. He hasn't really been with the team. It's just putting down pressure on this top lane. He does take out the turret finally, but obviously they are ahead in global gold right now with only 1 extra kill. You'll still notice that all of the extra global gold has put them in such a huge advantage. Another ultimate from this Orianna helps the Shyvana to shut down FizzKhalifa finally. And Muffin Cutie now here in big trouble, trying to use those shrooms. He does flash out of the ultimate from the Nunu, and I think that shroom just might get the kill. Muffin Cutie able to secure that one after a couple of ticking damage comes in. And one last snowball slows him down. Brunshu is sped up right now. I think he's going to be able to auto attack this bird down just a little bit more, but it looks like Mazzino comes in to save the day. Muffin Cutie stays alive just long enough to get away. Doesn't die here. He needs to be careful though if he gets jumped onto that vein. Oh my god, wow. I can't believe that he was actually able to flip through that wall before getting taken down by V-Team. And Mazzino is going to die now from that. And I think that Muffin Cutie needs to get out of here very quick, but Naruma comes in there, and V-Team doesn't take the bait. He decides to back off before getting chased by this Misfortune. Of course, he doesn't realize that she's still on the chase. She comes around from behind, and V-Team tries to roll away to get away to safety. Not sure if she's going to be able to pick up the kill here. V-Team pushing him away with her knockback. And that's going to be just enough to escape as Muffin Cutie isn't able to get in there in range for that wall. And unfortunately, he puts the wall just a little bit too far. Nice stun, though. Stops both of them from chasing. And now 408 is in a good position to actually pick up a kill. Naruma stands right here in the Wraith camp to try and pick up a kill himself with his ultimate. Not really doing a lot of damage, though. Has to flash over the wall, and Khalifa's in a bad... wow, never mind. I thought he was in a bad position, but he actually picks up a kill of his own. V-Team does grab a kill before dying to the Misfortune. They kind of cancel each other out there, but a double kill as he takes down the, oh my god, Shyvana. So, whew, what a crazy game so far. And he is going for that DFG, or at least it looks like to me, with that blasting wand. So Khalifa's going to be in a really good position. He has a double buff now, placing down more shrooms right in the middle of the lane. Again, as I was mentioned earlier, all of the shrooms right in the middle, so that's a good placement as far as I can tell. And they've really been paying off big. You've noticed that a lot of saves have actually happened from that. He got a kill over here with his shrooms. He saved Muffin Cutie as Muffin Cutie was running away in that particular situation, which actually allowed Mazzino to grab another kill in that particular case as well. So he's making a lot of plays just by smart placement of those shrooms and having tons of AP from that doing a lot of damage. DFG finally being picked up. A couple of health potions. Always nice when you come back from the base to pick up health. Cutie just trolling a little bit here, stopping Khalifa from going through the turret. That was kind of funny, just kind of messing with him a bit. And Gamers Legends actually able to take down Azingi once again. So Azingi's getting caught out here quite a bit, looks like. And not necessarily as many deaths as it would seem like, but I mean, you know, Misfortune has 5 deaths, but of course 5 kills. Muffin Cutie completely trolling Khalifa right now. This is hilarious. I want to see their team chat right now. Of course, in spec mode, you can't see team chat, unfortunately. but I can only imagine what they're saying. All right, so I gotta take a drink of water. I've been talking a lot. Okay, so right now we're looking at a really powerful team. Let's take a look at his AP. He's got 381 AP, and his ability is gonna be doing, good God, 200 damage per auto attack, extra, with AP, and then an additional 68 damage per second for 4 seconds. It's pretty sick. Pretty sick. And then on his Q, he's got 565 damage. So pretty decent burst there. And then his shrooms are going to hurt really bad. He's going to be doing 700 damage per shroom that people land on. So all he has to do is set up some shroom walls and kite some people through those. And that's going to be enough to really set up some nice kills in this game. This is probably my favorite Teemo skin. I know a lot of people like the little bunny one as it's cute, but I just have something. I think it's really cool. He's like a superhero, and he's got the little T shrooms. They're like shields. Kind of reminds me of like Captain America's shield spinning around or something. I don't know. And they're gonna take down a pretty easy Baron. Looks like 408 tried to run in there and steal that, but is gonna get taken out completely. Zingy grabs a kill for that one and puts him in a really good position as they're about 11,000 gold lead right now for blue team. And after that Baron, it's going to be very difficult for red team to actually hold on. And now that 408 is down, they're going to have to just play very defensive and defend until she comes back up at this point. Looks like we're seeing some spears being thrown out, looking for some targets to get poked down. And Nidalee's not going to do a lot of damage with those spears, as she is an AD bruiser right now. She didn't build for that AP damage. Either way, though, every spear that lands, that's just a little bit of extra HP that they don't have to take off. Nice, easy inhibitor. They didn't have a lot of a chance to actually stop that, and they might actually try and go for the win here, taking down these turrets. So red team knows that they have to engage. They got everybody up. There's the engage from the Shyvana. A nice ultimate from Orianna actually catches them, using the engage from Shyvana as the catalyst for beginning that. And this is looking really bad. Blue team getting completely shut down. That was a really nice engage. Orianna plus Shyvana is a great combination, as you can see. Muffy going to get egged right now, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out of egg form before he gets to... Actually, he will, as Gamer's Legend doesn't have all of his cooldowns ready to go. He's going to have to be careful. He doesn't want to get taken out by a support... support Anivia. That would be kind of bad. So what dangerous circles this team has here. Them circle teams, man. There's circles here, and then the enemy team has circles. Circles of doom. Circles of doom in the League of Legends. That's what it's all about. So here we go. He's going to be going for possibly a Rylaze, I want to say, with Amp Tome and Blasting Wand. That's the only thing I can think of that would build into, that he can be building that into, I mean. So we'll see if that's what he decides to go for as his next item, or if it's something else I'm not thinking of. Khalifa going to head up here, grab this blue buff quickly before the next team fight. And they are actually all out of Baron buff now after that last engagement dying. Pretty much get aced, I believe they got. And let's go ahead and speed this up just a bit until the next engage happens. So, oh, it looks like Khalifa already finds the Vayne here, trying to pick up the red buff, not actually able to take that down. Nice knockback is going to put him in a bad situation, and the exhaust and ultimate from Jesse Intel is going to put him in a bad situation, but a flash, unfortunately, Muffy Cutie kind of blocks himself out, but Khalifa still gets away nonetheless and puts down that shroom there. So 408 is going to hit that shroom and wait for Zingy to come back up. So that is a GA lost, and Khalifa's in a bad spot. He's a little bit low HP. Doesn't have any way to actually regain that, so that's not good at all. Khalifa kind of talking trash here, not too good. And it looks like he's kind of a dick. So don't really know the guy, but anyways, kind of a dick. And Muffin Cutie coming around here with Naruma's help. They want to shove this down as much as possible. They do need to be careful, though. They've only gotten down the Shyvana, and it's going to be them 3 versus 4 here, as Muffin Cutie is the only one with the Baron buff. I'm sorry, I did say that there was an ace earlier. Obviously, it wasn't an ace, but pretty much. Close enough. Everyone but the support. I can see a Nivy becoming quite strong if he grabs more items. Athene's Holy Grail, that's not a bad item choice at all for a supported Nivy. That actually makes sense. It helps him out with casting those abilities, as he's not going to have blue unless he's able to steal it from somebody. So Athene is actually a lot of AP. It's 90 ability power. It's a little bit less than getting a, you know, the old school death cap. Wow. Buffy Cutie is in complete troll mode right now. It's kind of funny, actually, with his walls. But he's not actually doing that in team fight. He's not actually trolling to lose. He's just trolling for fun, so. Jesse Intel making sure he doesn't get caught using that Orianna ball to speed herself up and slow down the enemies chasing. What a nice utility ability, I have to say, man. I love that spell, and I also hate it at the same time. Love it when it's on my team, hate it when I'm playing against her. Khalifa looking for an opportunity to do some poke, and nice wall actually forces Gamer Legends to put himself in a bad situation. That takes him down, and a missed ultimate from Orianna is going to give blue team the chance to go ahead and finish off this engage. Intel goes down, and that's going to be GG. So one little mistake like that on a team of important ultimates is all it takes to really win. 408's in a bad situation, gets pulled in from a Zingy, and he's going to go down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary, as it was, you know, fairly interesting to see a mid lane Teemo. Not something that I see played very well very often, but I think that FizzKhalifa showed us a good, or sorry, FizzKhalifa showed us a good example of how that is done, especially against such a powerful champion like Orianna. He did quite well indeed. So thank you guys for this. Was my second time of just watching one champion again. So I mean, it's something new for me, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I definitely like kind of watching. I think I learn a lot just from paying attention to just one pro player play a champion rather than just trying to do a commentary of the entire game. But you let me know what you want to see, and I'll definitely do more of that. Possibly I can just do both if you want to see both. But yeah, this is it for now. Let's go with cheese. Peace out.